when we get it, let's get it wide as soon as we can. When we go wide, we always look as like we're going to create something. Bruce, keep covering Newman, you know, when it builds up on the right, get across him, you know, hold him off, you know, you'll get some fouls back as well. And everyone, you know, when it's going into H, get round that ball.
See you later, chap.
You already got your team sorted out in your mind. You haven't do the subs, do you?
I don't do the subs. The team is always picked the day before, sometimes even 2 days before. If we can do it on a Thursday for a Saturday game, where there's no injury doubts and we're clear on what we want to do, then we will do team play on the Thursday. But I have to say that's a rarity nowadays when you can pick a team on a Thursday, because there's always someone that's struggling. Like today we've got a problem with young Blizzard. Obviously Dicey and Gailey's still out. And Chris Baird going back, it's left a great big hole, and so Doyley's right back, and Blizz and partner Coxey. But Blizz, after training yesterday, actually didn't feel very well at all, and Luke was a little bit concerned about him after training, so we're going to have to see how he is this morning. But if he's out, then Doyley will go as centre back, and Neil Ardley, who's fit, will come in and play right back. So we're really having to chop and change. But nowadays it's as usual. Very rarely can get a team picked by a Thursday. So it's very unusual.
There's always lots of pros milling around. Every pro has to come along, don't they? Even though you name a sort of 18 squad.
Yeah, usually 18. Today it's actually 17 because we're so low on the numbers. That's basically everyone that's fit is in the squad, and the rest of the pros have to report to Nigel Gibbs, and a couple of them go over the other side. A couple, or one that at least does the hospital radio. I think that's Jack Smith today doing that. So yeah, everyone has to report and be there, which is right, because it's their club. They should be supporting even if they're not playing. We did have last year, we were going to the hotel for pre-match meals. Players didn't like that because they were sitting around for so long. I mean, you have to eat 3 hours before you play, which consequently meant that we were having pre-match meals around about 11:45, and by 12:15 they were twiddling their thumbs. Now, some players like that, some players find that nerve-wracking and don't like it, and the majority of our players certainly didn't like it last year. So we changed it. So basically they report for 1:30 for a 3 o'clock kickoff. The one thing I always do leave, I very rarely name the subs. That's just to make sure that everyone in the squad comes prepared to play. If we'd named the team and subs, if the players know they're not sub, they might be tempted to nip out on a Friday night when otherwise they wouldn't. So we leave that spare so everyone comes in prepared to play. 1:30 I just basically go in, make sure everyone's okay, name the subs, and then leave them, get out the dressing room, leave it to them then to get changed and have their strap-ins and do what they want to do. All players have their own routines. They all, you know, some like to have a little chat, some like to sit in the corner and do their own thing. They're all different, so we let them do what they want. 2 o'clock, if we're going to have a meeting, we have a meeting at 2 o'clock. If we need to say anything, to emphasise something or do something, you know, something's happened, we have to have a change of personnel, that's when we do it at 2 o'clock. Probably won't do that today, leave it at 2 o'clock. Boys go out at 20 past 2 for the warm-up, come back in, and then it's just the final reminders, little team talk for me before they go out, and hopefully we come back in at 4:45 with 3 points. The worst thing is that you think about it and you know who you'd like, but you can't physically add to the wage bill until you've taken off. So you get to the end, and what basically happens is if you've got 10 players out of contract and the combined total of them 10 contracts is £1 million, then they are taken out as if everyone has gone. And the chairman will say to me, you have got £250,000 to reinvest. So that's either on new players or renegotiating with the players at the end of their contract. And it's that, with 250,000, for example, you've now got to prioritise, because if you go to a player and say, well, he is your priority, and you say, well, you know, I want you to sign, and I'm going to offer you £50,000, and he says, well, no, I think I know I've got offers from other people, and they want, I can get 100. It's your decision then whether you go and make him that offer of 100, which would affect other players, because now you've only got 150,000 left, and that's going to not go very far. Plus, you've had, at the same time, you may have been interested in a player or a couple of players that you know are getting at the end of their contract with other clubs that you'd like to make an offer to, and suddenly the pot becomes smaller, and it's just prioritising. But it's difficult because players very rarely want to give you an instant decision, and it's that wait. Whereas, you know, if you make someone an offer and they say, well, yeah, it sounds okay, but you know, give me a little while to think about it, and then after a couple of weeks they come back and say, look, I'm sorry, but it's, you know, I'm going elsewhere, you may have missed out on a player or two that you would otherwise have made an offer to them for, but you couldn't, knowing that there was a good possibility that you were going to sign, you know, your first option anyway. So it's very, very difficult. And there's a lot of people that, you know, you just go in and you make phone calls to players and say, look, I might be interested. This is what we're talking about, roughly, money-wise. But that's how it is. Everyone's got these, you know, everyone's having phone calls and making tentative offers for players and just finding out if they're interested without really knowing if you can actually go ahead and do it. Every week he asks for my number.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, thanks.
Got to get top off. So, going on holiday?
I'm not sure, but I hope it doesn't affect any of the Watford games next year. I made sure I attended every one this year.
Did you? Good
Yeah.
boy. Well done, mate.
Cheers, Ray.
Cheers, thank you. Morning.
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 Get in your face.
It's in case I get lost. Good morning. How the devil are you?
How are you, Ray?
You all right?
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Hello, fellas. Hello, mate.
There's a couple of guys.
Hello, hello. You all right?
Woody, how are you, mate?
You all right?
Right, we won't need to stitch it up. We'll get away with it, we'll just have to bandage it.
Josh H.
I just need something to wash my hands. Can you try it? Try it.
Terry, put your look. It's always good, man.
I'm going to look terrible with that.
Made your hair go pink, eh? You look like a punk rocker. Hey, ref, can we get him on? Can we get him on? Ref! Cookie's struggling. Cookie's struggling. Options are Paolo.
Cookie.
Ashley. So you reckon just give Ashley then? Yeah. Might as well, mightn't you?
Yeah. I'll go with him above Paolo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Souness, Rhino! Ref! Ref! What have you done? Hey?
Dead leg, 2 of them.
Go, Paul! Paul, when it gets to Ash, you know, keep feeding him. Okay, now if he comes in, if you get the chance, go round him because Ash likes to come inside sometimes. So there's space for you there to go down there all the time. Okay, and be nice and confident, son. Our crosses, let's miss that first man out. Be bold. You know, I'd rather see you be bold and it goes out of play than to hit the first man. Now, if you're trying to get someone, fine, I'll accept that. But there's very few occasions. I think we've had 6 or 7 chances, or we've put 6 or 7. Near post ones in. Sorry, it's a bit. Oh, Dave, I do understand that, but you know, as long as we get the principle that we're going to put a lot on it, you know, now we still need them near post runs because we got both. But you know, a lot of them are being cut out. When we get it, let's get it wide as soon as we can. When we go wide, we always look as like we're going to create something. Bruce, keep covering Newman. You know, when it builds up on the right, get across him. You know, hold him off. You know, you'll get some fouls back as well. And everyone. You know, when it's going into H, get round that ball. I mean, the last thing I'm sure Tell's going to say is that, you know, don't sit deep. You know, there's no reason to. You know, there's no reason for us to sit deep. Push right up, you know, get right behind them midfield boys, right, and make sure that we condense the pitch, because when we get it back, they drop off. So, you know, we're getting the best of both worlds if we do it right. Let's go long! Let's go long! Straight on.
As I say, he's changed to 2 front players, but he's obviously
Morgan, I gather, plays wide right. Yeah, by the looks of it. The Bruce right front. Ashley! Gavin! Fantastic, eh? Brilliant, you two! Let's kill it! Let's kill it! Kev! Mate can give you a clap. Well done, son. Good to see you.
That's over for another year, right?
Come on, fellas. Happy retirement.
All the best, guys.
Okay, mate. Come on in, boys. Let's go. Go and do your bit, fellas. Everyone out there, even the boys that didn't play, let's go out. Come on, lads.
Some tops for the boys.
When are you off on holiday?
Not to the 19th of June.
Yeah.
I'll be about.
Everyone's off now, are they? They're going straight off. Or you're
We're
keeping
in tomorrow, and then the under 21s are in to the 21st of May.
Right.
Given the way you started the season, you're just glad to get this one out of the way, sort of still in the first division, and so you can, do you know what I mean, move on to the next.
Yeah, I think probably a couple of months back we were, you know, it was very, very close whether we'd be involved in the relegation bit, but we had a smashing run, which meant that when we beat Millwall 3 games back, that we were more or less safe. So we've been really pleased. It's been a tough season for the lads for lots of different reasons, but the one thing I've been pleased with is that we've never showed a lack of character. We've kept going. There's only a couple of games where I've been slightly disappointed in the attitude, but most of the time they've been spot on. And if we've been beaten, we've mostly been beaten because we weren't the better sides, and not because our attitude was bad. So it's all I can ask for. They've been excellent, the players.
And actually young.
Click here for more videos.